What you think about the freestyle tribute to Nipsey and then talking about buying back the hood and all stuff like that?
Gentrify your own hood. That was great. I mean, that's just classic Hov for you in his pocket. I mean,
would you say to some of the critics that was like I saw somebody online I was going back and forth with, and they was like, well, I don't really see Hov doing what Nipsey does, and I don't really see Hov. I think he take care of his people, but he ain't really been doing something. And it makes me think like, do motherfuckers really just be clueless?
Yeah, they really be clueless. Like the Barclays Center is where Hov used to hustle at.
Nah, they brought that up, and they was like, well, he brought the Nets to Brooklyn, but he helped gentrify. And I was like, well, first of all, let's be honest. That move was going to happen with or without Hov. And Hov's not responsible for gentrification. You know what I'm saying? So
it's an inevitable thing.
But Hov, it's on record of other rappers, including Nipsey Hussle, who talked about how Hov helped them behind the scenes. And I don't think that everybody should be like a soldier on the front line.
Yeah. Everybody's not doing it for the glory.
What do you think, like, when it comes to people like Hov, like, no matter how much work they do, it's like people just don't see it. What do you think that's about?
Well, I mean, because if he's doing it, if he puts it out there, it's like he's looking for a highlight reel. But he's really not. If he's doing it, he's doing it out of the kindness of the heart. Like, he never said that he paid all Meek Mill's legal fees. Meek Mill came out and said that. Meek Mill said, Jay-Z paid my lawyers. I couldn't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Hov never brought that up. He never said anything about it. So, I mean, that's just how Hov moves. And because he's at the point where he don't need the publicity. If he's doing something, he do it because he wants to.
Now, do you think that's a whole, like, you take care of the people that you like, and that's not the same thing as being charitable?
It's still being charitable. It's still money that he ain't had to spend.
Listen, I'm looking at it like this, right? First of all, Hov has done stuff. We know about stories of Hov going to the hood and actually doing things. But my thing is, if the boss take care of the underbosses, then the underbosses take care of the soldiers.
Yeah, it just trickles down the line.
Yeah, that's. I mean, even if that's the case, like, what's wrong with that? If he taking care of people that he rock with, if you don't take care of Meek, who do you think take care of the Dream Chasers? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to take care of them? You know what I mean?
If down real quick.
You take away Jimmy and Cam and, Jules, who's going to take care of the rest of them diplomats?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who do things in the neighborhood and stuff like that. Things that we'll never see, we'll never hear about is my question.
Right.
So, I don't know, man. I feel like people who have a certain, feeling about, like, Hov in particular, they already have an idea. So it's like, it don't matter what they do. They feel like they're not doing enough. They always feel they should be doing more. You know what I mean? Like, the criticism with him and Beyonce at one point was like, they don't do enough. Like, you remember Ferguson? There are people who really wanted Beyonce and Hov to be down there throwing their fist up. And I was like, no, me personally, I was like, no. First of all, their music is inspiring enough. But secondly, I don't want Beyonce and them down there throwing their fists up, because if they get popped like everybody else, then what? That's how I look at it. I don't mind Hov being with the governor actually talking about laws that can actually be changed.
And they actually bailed everybody out in Baltimore.
Dude.
They bailed everybody out. And I actually know one of the people that actually got bailed out by them.
Oh, yeah. I remember you told me about that, right?
Yeah. So, they bailed out everybody that got arrested in the riots in Baltimore. So, and that was done without a public statement or something like
tweet,
that.
A selfie. It
just happened to just leak out. So.
Yeah. My thing is, I remember when Reverend Al Sharpton came to Howard when I was in school, and I remember he was like, he doesn't need everybody to go to jail because somebody got to be outside to bail somebody out. And ever since he said that, it always resonated with me, because that's a valid point.
Somebody got to be out.
Out. That's like you and I. If we out there, I'm like, yo, who gonna call our family and come get J.Hall and that?
Somebody got to live to tell the story.
Like, somebody got to be the person to get away. You know what I mean?
Somebody got to live to tell the story.